Okay, we are back with the upper bracket final. Rocket Raccoons versus DDX. Both teams taking 2-0 victories yesterday. The winner of this qualifies for the playoffs. My prediction is DDX 3-2. I think both teams are really good. Both teams are pretty evenly matched. I think Rocket Raccoons have better individual players, but I think DDX have better synergy overall. So I'm gonna say 3-2 to DDX. Because we have Tomb coming in, map pick chosen by Rocket Raccoons. We have Hogger, Orphe band, some target bans here for Ubi and Disciple respectively. Got the Chromie band, pretty consistently banned against Lopaka. We may see a ban for Virgil here, potentially a Blaze ban could come out. Could see a Sylvanas ban maybe for Hopaka. Oh, actually see a Brightwing ban. It's kind of interesting. Darnasovsky does play a lot of Brightwing, but generally Brightwing is not that valued on this map. We could see a Johanna coming in. We could see a Blaze coming in for Virgil, so he doesn't get choked out too hard. I think Ubi will be fine. Yeah, there's a Blaze for Virgil. It makes sense. I think Ubi will be fine taking Dahaka here. You could see Dahaka Joe coming in. Yeah, that's pretty expected, pretty strong. We could see a Rhaegar now for Donardsovsky, and we could see a Sylvanas here. I'd like to see that rotation. I think Rhaegar is strong. They could also look to secure their main tank. Shizuke likes to play Murden on this map. There's the Diablo as well to consider. But I think holding tank. Oh wow, okay, Garrosh. Shizuke, Garrosh, and Darnasovsky Mouth. That's a very early Mouth, but it is a really good Mouth map. It could potentially set up a Tracer or Genji, although they look pretty tanky into it already. I think a Mage could also be a problem. I would actually like a Junkrat ban here for Rocket Raccoons. I think that Junkrat is pretty strong with Garrosh Mouth, and it's pretty good into this front line as well. And they don't really play much Junkrat. They actually ban the Genji instead, the respect ban for Hopaka. Makes sense as well, but I think that Junkrat could be a problem. See the Hanzo ban here. Both Moranis and Disciple play Hanzo, so pretty good ban. How are they gonna look to punish this Mouth Garrosh? They have to pick a DPS and a healer here. We could see a Scorch Anduin here. Probably expect an Anduin or Rhaegar. Could YOLO a Sukov, but I think they want cleanse. I think they want pull. So could see an Anduin, maybe a Sylvanas for Moranis, maybe a Falstad, maybe a Vala even. Vala Ariel maybe. Vala, yeah. So we do see the Vala Anduin. Okay, I think it's pretty solid. Without the Hanzo, I think Sylv would have been better, but I think Vala works. Especially late game against Garrosh, you melt him pretty hard. We could see the Tracer come out here for Dead Inside. We could see the Junkrat. I think a Junkrat Tracer looks pretty solid. Otherwise, Falstad is still a decent option as well. Maiev could be okay. Okay, Junkrat Tychus. Junkrat. I love the Junkrat. I'm not too sure about the Tychus and the Joe Blinds. Last pick here, though, for Disciple. Disciple actually probably be playing Vala, so this is for Moranis. We could see a Medivh. We could see a Falstad. We could see a Cassia. We could see a Maiev. I don't know if they play much Maiev. Maiev would be really good here, though, if they did. I think Falstad out of what they play is probably the best. Gul'dan, I don't like it too much. I think their backline is a little too squishy, a little too exposed. They do have the Anduin pull. They do have a ton of damage and a really strong late game. Both teams with some pretty solid drafting here, though. I'm not sure who I favor, actually. I think I'll give the slight edge to DDX's draft because the Junkrat. If Raccoons banned Junkrat, I think they would have won the draft. But I think the Junkrat Garrosh Mouth is nasty, and you have Tychus straight to follow. You have Blaze Stun to follow. It is against a Joe, but yeah, I don't know. I like this combo. It's very well rounded. They could struggle late game is the thing. I think if this team gets to 20, Raccoons get to 20, I think they're stronger. But I think pre-20, I favor DDX throughout the game. It will be on She's a Kid to not get chunked out too hard and to find good angles, because playing into double backline can be pretty scary, especially with just a mouth healer. Who, like, if you get tongued really deep, it could be hard for them to save you. But yeah, they don't have much dive versus the mouth, and they do have Horrify, which is pretty big, because mouth can't cleanse that. Not co-casting with Hasu. Nah, I'm gonna just solo cast today, I think. I think it's less exhausting. Okay, she's getting a nice toss in to play. He gets his trait broken instantly. Ubi will find a beautiful tongue on the Darnasovsky, but nice ally toss. Good positioning there from She's a Kid. Good tongue, even better ally toss. But they will take that trade. Actually, I have a very strong rotation here onto the bot side. Leaving Junkrat on top side, I like it. They were trying to find Ubi, but he's too smart. He escapes the gank. But I like how they're fishing with the Garrosh Tychus mouth. I like the 3-man. It's kind of like a 1-3-1 setup. Where Garrosh mouth Tychus look as 3 and the other 2 are just wave clearing to side waves. Probably gonna have to get pulled away here because he didn't have trade. That's an early pull gone. Raccoons instantly going to their bruiser camp, so we will see bottom camp start out here for DDX. I like the macro from both teams. I really like this rotation from DDX, recognizing that there's a stronger early game and they chunked out Joe early. So getting the neutral camp instead of going for the easies. And Junkrat can easily clear out this bruiser camp. So they're allowed to agree that and do their bruiser camp a little bit later. Playa will scout out everyone here, but the damage is already done. The camp is pushed in. Thank you, Squeaky, for the raid. Doing some pure KAST. BO5 here. Winner of this qualifies for playoffs. Okay, so Bruiser Camp gonna get cleared up pretty easily here. Same with the easies. A little bit of tower damage. We'll probably see Junkrat look for Bruiser Camp after this top wave is done, but good pressure from Raccoons to try to slow them down for making that rotation. Good pressure on the top wall. Hopaka really wants to go Bruiser, and yeah, now they'll cover for him, it looks like. Although they'll look for a pick first. They do get another toss on the play. They break his trait again instantly. But it's hard for them to secure the kill because he's so tanky and he has blind for Tychus. They still haven't started up their Bruisers. Maybe Virgil will go now and someone can cover bot lane for him. Yeah, it looks like they're going to do it like that. Instead of Hopaka going, but they're late to cover bot. And they only dropped a little bit or so, 2 minions. Not too big of a deal. Overall, both teams doing a good job making sure everything gets done on the map. Disciple messing up a few of his E resets here. Gonna go very on the Vala. And very nice punish here from Raccoons, knowing that enemy is on Bruiser Camp and they're holding bottom. So getting in some top chip damage here, very good. Good macro. Not wasting any advantage you have. She's a Kid still sharking around these rotations, looking to see if he can find a toss, but Enduin still has pull, and they will just siege up mid. They'll lose in some gems on bottom, but I love the 4-man siege here. Virgil using his prio to quickly help push mid before he goes back down, and they will secure some nice gate damage here. But Ubi did pay in for that. Oh, Paya getting tossed in. His trait is gone early. He doesn't get a blind onto Tychus trait, and he has to get pulled out. Nice ally toss on a dead end side, but Ubi, the beautiful tongue, She's a Kid does not have W. That will be first blood. Very well played from Ubi, and actually Scorch rooting. Wow, what a beautiful root onto the Blaze Charge, and Virgil will also fall with the tongue follow up. And meanwhile, Disciple also takes out Tychus, so it's a full disaster for DDX. Darnasovsky was too busy trying to save Virgil. He didn't realize that dead inside was also dying. That's a huge 3-kill swing here. And we'll see the payment coming in. They need one more gem. Anyone has 1 gem? There you go. So top wall gonna fall here and the payment coming in. Absolutely beautifully played from the Raccoons to secure this early game lead. Nice bottom pressure here. They shouldn't lose any forts here though. This is still a pretty early payment. We actually see She's a Kid fishing for a pick. Wow, beautiful in-dom onto the peel. Into the beautiful root. What an absolutely wonderfully executed combo. During the enemy's pay-in is the best time you can go for that. And it's a full disaster for Raccoon. No, it's not a full disaster. It's a little unfortunate. They will still get all the waves pushed in at least. A little bit of mid damage here. Top should be free cleared. So all they'll really get is mid wall and a little bit of chip damage on everything else. Ubi is actually going very deep here, and he does get tossed in by She's a Kid. Nice root from Darasovsky to follow, but he does have the E. They just get his essence for that. But they do slow down the mid clear as well. And they will actually start to siege up mid here. Now that Disciple's back alive, although he does take the power shot there. But he's just fine, yeah. So we have 2 walls going over, a little bit of fort chip damage. XP is almost neutralized, but it's still a slight advantage on the level 10s here for Raccoons. We do have E-build Gul'dan coming in. How's his stacks? 18, that's pretty good for level 10. It's respectable. Opaka will get some big top prio here while the Bruiser camp is started up by Disciple. Marinus will go to clear that up, and they're fishing for Hopaka, but he's too safe, too smart. Top prio does get secured as well by Virgil, so he will get some gems in. And maybe Hopaka can get his in, although Ubi is looking to stall. Ubi is actually going to get spotted out here, but he barely doesn't get tossed. And we have a Decimate coming in for She's a Kid. A very early indom. I think he was expecting a Rain of Vengeance, but oh, Scourge kind of panic pulling there. I think Disciple was fine. We do have the Odin coming out now for Dead Inside, so they really want to get this payment. Oh, beautiful boop from Hopaka. And with no pull there, Marinus will fall despite trying to peel for himself with fear. Disciple will get zoned out here as well, but he should just be fine. Oh my god, beautiful ally toss. Into stun, into toss. Bunker wasted, but another beautiful combo here. What an absolutely amazing boop, amazing ally toss. DDX with very good macro here. After the first 3 kills, they're starting to dominate this game, and they will get the payment as well. The waves are not too great for them though, so they're going to have to work on this mid wave. 2 top waves here. They probably don't get a fort. They don't have Odin to siege. It'll probably just be some chip damage for them as well. And Gul'dan has very good clear. Although She's a Kid is looking again, he does get Playa's trait, but he does use Indom on the Anduin route there, so he won't have Indom here. Hopaka will, after these 2 top waves, start to siege up this top wall, and everyone will join him. A nice boop here to slow down the rotation from Marinus. Very wisely placed there from Hopaka, and he is W4 on Junkrat, so he will have a very low cooldown on that boop when it does land. Playa doesn't have trait yet. Oh, actually it does, I lied. Does get tossed in though, and his trait is gone again. So very good consistent chunks in this early game from She's a Kid onto Playa. But yeah, all they really get is bot wall, mid wall, top wall. So 3 walls, a little bit of fort chip damage. Pretty much dead even game. Very slight XP advantage to the Raccoons though. And both teams with pretty much even gems as well. This time bottom neutral will be started up by Raccoons, so this will have to get cleared out slowly by Virgil, and the payment will start to come in onto the bot side. Nice spot out there from Virgil, and oh, She's a Kid finds Marinus again. Good pull this time. Will help him survive. The Odin is a little bit forced. The Riptire is also a little bit forced. They're kind of just throwing every ult down when they didn't really need to. I think all they had to do is just take that pull and be happy with it. I think popping the Odin and Riptire was a little bit ambitious. They will siege up mid here though with the rest of this Odin and potentially look to get in their own payment. She's a Kid fishing for a toss here. He knows that there isn't a pull here, so he could potentially look on a reflank here. They have to respect the reflank. They don't really respect it, but he tosses out since it was just a Johanna. Virgil will try to pay here, but Ubi will spot him out. And both teams, this is a very crucial point of the game. The next fight can really break this game open. Neither team is going to be allowed to pay by the other. But Disciple will come down here and help Ubi. So Virgil will need some help down here, because when he goes to get this wave, someone has to watch it pay for him. Unless he just sacrifices the wave while they pay top, which also works. Chiza will come down to help him. Nice little stun for Chunk there by Virgil. They do lose a bot wave. Oh, she's a kid fishing. He used Endom a little bit too early. He does get bless shielded. Nice tranquility to counter the bless shield though. And Moranis has to deal with top wave, so they may actually get their payment here. They're 3 gems away. With no Moranis here though, and no bless shield, it's very hard for Raccoons to step up. And they will have to concede the payment, but they do get the top prio for it. So Paco's gonna have to go up here and clear 2 waves again. They're just anchoring the rotation for him. Now they'll look to clear mid. Virgil, I would stay bottom here and get an extra wave. I think this is an over-rotation here from Virgil. I think this is a little too aggressive, although they do find Moranis. Another good pull. The Blaze Charge is a little bit too far away. The Riptire comes in all the way from top lane, and he will flank them a bit with it. Does get it on both backliners, so huge Riptire there. Nice job from Hopaka. Bottom is getting free cleared by Ubi, but mid fort will fall, and top fort might fall next. There's no Anduin pull this time. Playa using the trait very early, very scared of She's a Kid. You can see the pressure he has. Oh, but he goes a little bit too deep, and he eats the bless shield to the face. But nice, very nice cleanse there from Darnasovsky to save him from taking an extra 2 tower shots. So yeah, 2 forts gone in here for the second pay. Very nice rotation here from DDX. Sort of breaking the map open now. See if they can siege up bottom a bit now. There is no Odin, and Ubi is got a nice flank position, but Moranis is still having to deal with top. Since they kind of overcommitted to defend mid, they're late to clear top. So they will lose a little bit of prow down here, but I think it'll just be the easy camp going over, if they even want it. They should take this easy camp, because they saw go down top. Okay, yeah, they'll go for it now. So it'll be another neutral camp here for DDX. 6 teams will be coming in for both teams shortly. Still interesting, we have XP advantage, even though they're down 2 forts. A lot of it has to do with the bot waves. Virgil's missed a lot of bot soak. You probably see it reflected in the XP. He's only got 9.5, whereas Ubi's got 10.2. Oh, sorry, we're missing a lot of fighting looking at random stuff. There's a bless shield coming in. Nice cleanse again from Darnasovsky. It does get freed away though, and they will all in on the She's a Kid, but the Riptire will be enough to save him. And it's a full ulti trade for both teams. But there wasn't any 16s there. And oh, Virgil almost getting the stun on the Disciple. And Ubi will sneak the pay. Meanwhile, the toss gets pulled right away. And Ubi with a beautiful tongue onto Darnasovsky. He's gonna fall. She's a Kid also falls. Beautiful frontline play there from Ubi and Playa to secure 2 picks. And a very good pull here from Scorch to start it all off. She's a Kid going a little bit too deep there to look for that re-engage. And this will be mid-fort going over. They do have to fix all these waves though, so they'll just look to siege top S3. Nice pull there on the boop. Scorch is on top of it right now. He's not letting his backliners int at all. Very beautiful pulls. Oh no, oh no. He wanted to stall the back and he wasted bless shield. Yikes. They will get all 3 forts here though, looks like. Yeah, and mid wall, so huge swing here for the Raccoons. This top spider is still healthy. But She's a Kid is looking, oh my god, he finds Scorch. Beautiful decimate, beautiful toss, but he does get counter tongue, trying to chase for more kills. He does get feared and ISO'd as well, they kind of overlap. And the boys will be here, the train comes in, the ally toss to slow down Ubi, he does get the E off, but he will get slept and thrown back in. He's trying to get the move speed out. The grenade actually saves him from the Blaze Stun. He's actually going to survive with the 40 armor plus move speed from the bush. So really bad grenade here from Dead Inside, saving Ubi, and they do lose some damage on their inner structures because of that. Over chase. Dead Inside, looking for some damage on the mid. He does Odin the tongue. Ubi gets booped away, but that's a free Odin. They will take that and run away. Odin for tongue, they call that a good trade where I'm from. But Scorch is still dead. He just respawned, so the payment should come in now for DDX. They won't have Odin for this, and all their waves are bad. So they should maybe even hold this a second. I think it would have been potentially wise to hold this for a second and Maybe do their bruiser camps and get started on waves. Because now they don't have any waves. And actually, oh, beautiful indom from Kid. Timing it perfectly with the bless. Well played there. So no bless shield now. And a 5-man rotation from Raccoons will be countered up. Hopaka finally going to clear this wave. Virgil finally going to clear his wave. So this payment's not going to do anything really. Because they have to clear all these side waves. They could potentially look to group up top here. Once mid wave is done, or they could look for a team fight on mid. It looks like that's what they're gonna look for. But I think Scorch still has both pulls. So it will be tough for them to find any engage. And now that Vala's got Mana Core, Gul'dan is almost stacked. So I think this game is starting to favor Raccoons now. I mean, it's been favoring Raccoons the whole time, even though it's been kind of back and forth. But I think especially now that Vala and Gul'dan are getting their late game talents, this Garrosh is just gonna melt. Oh, nice toss there, but it gets pulled right away. Another beautiful pull by Scorch. Virgil going a little bit too deep for the stun there. Trying to follow up, but he's got to remember that they do have 2 Anduin pulls. But only 1 pull remaining. 20s will come in here for Raccoons. They do have a payment as well. They could look to start up this boss with 20 or just pay. They will just get it midway for now. We do have Farfly. Everything pretty standard. 20 Bless instead of Storm Shield. They will start up boss. I think it could have been good to pay right before you start boss. So they're going to pay after. And DDX just has to give everything because they're not 20. And this could be a potential core push here. All they can really do is just steal away this camp and get out bottom. Oh, but they're actually going to potentially get collapsed on here. Playa will scout them out. Disciple will get the pay. Nice bless shield here onto Alpaca, but it is very deep. Oh, they wasted so many defensives though. Tranquility and ally toss used there, and they do have to clear up this boss. I really dislike this rotation from... I think Raccoons played this pretty bad. I think they should have paid right away, even before they tagged the boss, or like as they tagged the boss. And they shouldn't have tried to collapse on this, because they could have potentially went for core with boss pay. But now their boss pay is disjointed, and because they over collapse, they're only really going to be able to siege up mid here. But it is still a huge advantage for them to have this payment coming in with the bruiser camp behind it. Or in front of it, rather. Nice poke here from dead inside, but Disciple will lifesteal it all up and get some Anduin heals. And with Firefly, he's sieging up this keep very nicely. 20 Odin will come in for dead inside to help defend. They will lose this keep. Top is still a decent amount of pressure. She's a Kid will indom there, but the ISO missed regardless. Or a tongue, sorry. Actually, maybe that tongue landed. Maybe that tongue landed, actually. Nice Odin poke here. Disciple going a little bit too deep, but that inside chases and get bless shield. It's a little bit too deep. Play will get tossed in, but Ubi with a beautiful tongue on the Shiza Kid. The Riptire will take out Vala. The ISO to follow, but Shiza is too tanky now that Vala is dead, and Scorch will also fall as well. Big disaster for Raccoons. DDX could potentially look to end in the top lane here. But instead, Hopaka will just go to clear out bottom. I think they maybe could have just sprinted it and tried to end, but it is kind of hard into Gul'dan Joe, I suppose. And they had no waves. So they will lose all 3 keeps, but secure 2 kills here. And they'll just look to siege up mid-wall and collect some gems for their own next payment. Actually scouting out everyone here. Nice little slow, but he gets tossed in for it. He didn't use trait for that. He still has trait though. But meanwhile, Shizuka does get tongued in, but there's no fear, so he'll be fine. And Playa does fall. Very greedy here from Playa. I didn't see. Maybe he used trait early, but super greedy here. He staggers himself there. Just for a little bit of a slow on the mouth. That inside did get really chunked there, but he'll get healed up just fine by mouth. And 8 gems away for the side of Raccoons. Ubi fishing for a tongue. It doesn't look like he'll find it. So all they have to do is collect gems, and they should be able to get their pay now that Joe's staggered. If Playa didn't stagger, then Raccoons would be able to step up and stall this. But now I think the pay will be in time. All they need is a few more gems, and they could even get out this bottom siege camp. They just need the gems from mid, it looks like. Ubi will pay in his 13, which is nice. Yeah, they'll just get another wave bot and bottom camp. Very nicely done. There should be payment coming in. Ubi doing a good job clearing away from them, knowing that they're bot side on bottom camp. Does a good job getting this wave in. So top wave won't be a problem for Raccoons. It'll mainly be middle and bottom. I'd like to see them just ignore top wave. They're actually hard rotating top. I think this is a big mistake from DDX. I think they should have sacrificed the top side of the map because they have to make this large rotation here. Instead of playing on their strong side and clearing in middle and bottom, they play to clear out top as 5. Even though it is the boss lane, they had so much tempo on this side of the map. They kind of wasted all their tempo to push in top, and their mid and bottom spider will be useless. So they could have had a strong mid and bot spider. Now they'll only have a strong top spider. But they will look to siege up the top keep here with the Odin. Rena's missing the E there. Nice little chunk here from dead inside. We'll see a grenade Odin soon. There it is. It's a Q off as well for good measure. The Riptire coming in early. It is 20 tires, so it is important for them to not clump up for this. They do get hit by 2, so it's a partial reset. The Odin will secure this keep now, but it'll just be 1 keep falling here. Pretty good defense from Raccoons, and yeah, I think very suboptimal macro from DDX. Completely wasting their middle and bottom spider. They actually don't finish the keep as well, so it's a big disaster. Ubi will dig in here, but there's a nice trap on the bush, and Disciple is going very deep. Nice dodge out there from the rain. The light bomb is neutralized by the bunker, but the tongue stops. Oh, nice little pull there. The tongue on the Riptire was good. Nice ally toss. That inside will fall though, a little bit too far up. We got Giga chunked by Vala and taken out. She's a kid will get run down by Vala as well, and this should be GG. Well played from Raccoons. A good first game. GG. Very close. I mean, both teams had a good chance. The 20 Vala was very strong. It was just running down Tychus here. I think that inside was just a little bit too greedy with the Odin. He got Giga chunked and then got caught again on the way out. I'm gonna give my MVP to Ubi. I thought Ubi played out of his mind. Hit every tongue, even at the end, tonguing the Riptire there. Just playing out of his mind. Shout out to Scorch as well, though, for some really nice pulls. But he did get tossed in a couple times, so we can't give it to him. Give it to Ubi. 0 deaths, 100% kill participation, top soak, hitting every tongue, literally doing it all. Our SVP will be She's a Kid. I thought She's a Kid did extremely well on the Garrosh in some pretty tough matchups. He found really good tosses all the time. Played out of his mind. He did die a couple times, but that's the life of a tank. And LVP, we're going to give LVP to Dead Inside for getting caught there at the end, as well as some pretty bad Odin timings. But overall, LVP is, yeah, Dead Inside. But I think they all played pretty solid overall. I do think the big mistake was going for that top rotation there. Like, if you're playing bottom side of the map, right, you don't have any keeps left. You push out bottom wave for the gems. You push out mid wave for vision. You're doing bottom siege camp. And meanwhile, Dahaka is clearing up your top wave. So you should just sacrifice that top wave and say, screw it, it's too far. It's going to take us too long to rotate. They're going to free clear our other spiders. We need to just be aggressive on mid bot side. Maybe siege up bottom with Odin. And it's like, yeah, top is a boss lane, but if you don't have any prio there, you should just commit to bottom there. And if you get bottom keep, it's almost just as good because at least you'll have like some cata pressure down there, especially with the next siege camp, right? Even though they do have a global, it's better than nothing. But yeah, good collapse there from Raccoons. And good last team fight there as well. Nice first game, nice first game. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna make coffee after this series. I don't have the juice right now. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, we could take a look at the map bans here. Let's see what's available anyways. So we have Raccoons banning Braxis and Dragonshire. DDX banning BOE and Alterac. First map was picked by Raccoons, and now we have a a Garden of Terror coming in. I hate this map. I hate that everyone's playing this map now. Out of all your options, like, I wish we'd see more Cursed and Sky. I hate all these like, I think every series has had a Garden, or almost every series. I'm sick of Garden, man. This map is so trash. Not even often, no, it's because the current map is Garden. You see at the top. It's a cute little bot. It's like, now when they win, it'll show us played maps. And then whenever they pick the next map, it'll show up as the next map. Cute little bot. They'd already picked it. Some Genji Abo. We might see some Genji. We'll probably see some Falstad. Both teams like to play Falstad. So both teams, some of the contested picks, Johanna, Falstad, Brightwing, very contested here on both teams. Sylvanas we'll see contested. Genji, both teams. One big thing is that Virgil doesn't really play much Hogger. So that is one huge advantage that Raccoons have, is the Hogger advantage. And there's also the advantage of DDX plays Junkrat and Maev. And I don't think Raccoons plays much of those. So yeah, we'll see the Hogger band here. We'll see Chromie again. Looks like pretty much same bands coming out. I think last time it was Brightwing band. Yeah, Hogger Orphea just like last time. Maybe we'll see Chromie Brightwing again just like last time. We just run it back. I do think they don't need to ban this Orphea, but it is Disciples main. And if that's the plan, then you stick to the plan. I think what would be stronger would be like a Johanna ban for play, unless you're planning on taking it away. Okay, so we have Sylv ban this time instead of Brightwing. So we could see Brightwing being taken away, or Joe taken away. We could just see Blaze being first picked again. We could even see Dahaka being contested now, that Ubi smurfed on them with Dahaka. Okay, so we do see the Brightwing since it wasn't banned. Might just see Joe here again, and Dahaka again. He could just see the same one too. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I would not hate the Joe Dahaka at all. Or a Joe Blaze. If you want to hold your solo laner, then you could go Rhaegar. If you don't want to pick Joe, you could go like a noob. But I think Joe Dahaka, Joe Blaze, yeah. Yeah, they just run it back. Same one too, I love it. Here, we could see the false set being taken already, since they have the Brightwing to defend him. And this front line isn't very divey. We could see false set Blaze here. You could see, last time they did, what did they do in this rotation last time? Last time they had Blaze and then Garrosh Mouth. But Tomb's a lot different. Now I see Brightwing Blaze, we'll probably see false set here. Yeah, pretty expected. Pretty strong. We could see a tank ban here. You could even see a Vikings man, but with the Haka Joe, they might be fine into the Haka or into Vikings, and it would be kind of weird with false set. Yeah, I don't think Vikings that good. You could see a Genji ban for Hopaka again. Could see a tank ban like a Nubrak or Murden for Shiza Kid. To get a Nubrak ban would be great, or yeah, one of the tanks. I think Shiza is fine playing a Nubrak though, or Diablo if he prefers. And here, what should they ban? They could just ban Hanzo again. They could ban the Anduin or the Rhaegar. They could ban Genji themselves because False is exposed, but they already have Brightwing. I like a Rhaegar ban personally. Or Hanzo, yeah, Hanzo's fine. Running back to same exact bans here. We could honestly see Vala again. No Sylvanas option this time. The DPS options are pretty limited here. I love the Rhaegar. We might just see a Vala. We might just see the Vala run back. Could just be Cassia as well. But yeah, their options are not that great. Yeah, we have Greyman instead. I like it a lot. With no Murden and no Johanna, we could see Varian come out. I think Varian is pretty good against Greyman and Joe. We could see a potential Hammer come out. I actually like Hammer a lot for DDX. Yes, I love it. I called it and I love it. Because Chromie is banned, they don't really play Junkrat, and it's good until all the rest of these heroes. They will probably take Li Ming now. It's pretty much their only. If they could play Junkrat, Junkrat would be the pick. But they don't really play it, so I think it's gonna be Cassia or Li Ming. I like the Li Ming, I think. Yeah. Both drafts good. I don't really like the Garrosh here though. I think if this was a Varian or a Tyrael, it would have been a lot better. Like Tyrael for Hammer here would have been insane. So, whose draft do I like more? I think I still like DDX's draft more. They've got two globals. They've got strong hammer comp. The only thing I don't like is the Garrosh. I do like Raccoons draft as well, though. Like Joe Dahaka 1-2 strong. Rhaegar strong. But Greymane Li Ming are kind of making me a little bit nervous. It is Ming into hammer, which is nice. But if all your waves are pushed in, then you can't really get any good poke on hammer, especially if it's getting blocked up. But they have good wave clear themselves. Yeah, this could go either way. I think in the super late game, I prefer the draft of Raccoons. I think it's easier for them to execute. So I will say Raccoons will win. But yeah, this could go either way. Oh no, Dead Inside Hammer. Okay, he's going. I don't think he's gonna go his. Dead Inside likes to play a brief hammer build. I don't think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna go good build. Surely we'll go Hover Siege. Everything else looks pretty standard. We have Poly instead of Brightwing Z at 1. The Z at 1 did get nerfed, but I do think it's still better. But I know Darnasovsky likes to play this one, and he does get good value from it. Also have Toss Ranger instead of Q or Body Check. There's a little different as well, but It's all about preference. Shouldn't be a huge difference maker. Hammer will look to choose up on the top side, but Plie, he's ready. Just walks at him. Meanwhile, Ming will be sieging up bottom a bit as well. Mid wave insta cleared by the Haka Rhaegar. The Brightwing Z coming in early onto Li Ming. That was kind of strange. A very strange Brightwing Z. It's going to be down for a very long time now. But I guess he just wanted to defend the wall. That's fine. Body check is the only correct talent. I think in theory that can be true because healing reduction is such a strong tool, especially when you're playing in competitive against stuff like Rhaegar with Ancestral. But I think Q at 1. Most Garrosh players I know say Q at 1 is the only. Like Cattle, he says Q at 1 is the only talent. Have a pause come in here. Hopaka DC'd. Unlucky. While we wait, I'm gonna run AFK for like 2 seconds. We'll keep camera on. Trees if they unpause. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for the delay. So we did miss 1 kill here onto Scorch. Hammer will be sieging up bottom here. Very strong early game so far from DDX. They will get a nice tower here. Disciple will start to poke up dead inside. He does have a life steal though, so he's gonna life steal it up. Oh my goodness, sorry, we missed the Haka kill there on the top side. Brightwing and Falsa taking out Ubi. The bottom wall does fall. So huge early game lead here for DDX. Even freezing up the top wave here, so they're gonna miss the top wave. Virgil will get counter pressured on his own though on the mid side by Marinus in play. But everyone is coming in to help him out here. Does miss his stun, but he does slow down the push. Good. Ubi has to dig back top to break that freeze. That inside is slowly going even with Disciple here. He does have life steal off the wave. And now he's got Hover Siege. He can E this next combo. Oh, he actually dodges it out. Very nice micro there. And yeah, he'll heal up to full off of this creep wave. Nice poke there as well. Very clean hammer play so far. We do have mid being pushed up a bit here by Scorch and play as an easy camp was being done. They actually get flown on a very deep collapse here, and Hopaka will sacrifice a lot of his structure damage to go for that play. Too aggressive. Nice job by play baiting it out though, and using his trait to dodge that Garrosh Q out. Very nice plays by Dead Inside to dodge some of these Mink spells. Virgil will counter siege up here in the mid lane, so a bit of an over rotation from the top side now. Both teams kind of over rotating and sacrificing a lot of building damage to look for these ganks. And both teams doing a good job respecting the ganks at the same time. Yeah, the lead is still here. Hammer doing a beautiful job against Li Ming. The lead is still here for DDX. Playa will come down here. Oh, Dead Inside kind of panicking his Z. Tribute does get secured by DDX. They know Dead Inside doesn't have Z, so they are looking for him. And a beautiful two-man slow. Shizuke trying to get his W off, but he gets one shot instead. Well played here from Raccoons. Very nice find by play. And good collapse from everyone else. They will rob away the siege camp. The Brightwing Z was pretty well timed as well, but they just bursted him really fast. Meanwhile, topside will be pressured by Hopaka and Darnasovsky. We'll be gonna have to tap to stay healthy. Playa will just scout up Virgil, slow down his rotation in mid, and Marinus will get started on easy camp. So yeah, what a beautiful rotation bot side by Raccoons. Now the game's pretty much dead even. Bruiser can't be started by Scorch. Actually, we have a fly-in coming in for Disciple. Nice gust here to trap him into the corner, and She's a Kid will catch him on the way out. Really, really beautiful collapse here by Hopaka and She's a Kid. Very nice gank onto Disciple, who was very far up. And that also stops Scorch from finishing his Bruiser camp. The rotation will come in here now so that they don't get invaded. But they could still get invaded here. Li Ming is dead for 8. I'd be surprised if DDX lets them have this camp, and they will actually let them have the camp and just siege up bottom. I think a bit of a missed opportunity. Perhaps they're afraid of the Z coming in, but it still would have been a 4v4 even if the Haka Z down, because Brightwing could have also C'd down. But they will not risk it. Probably a wise decision. The 4v4 could have been a coin flip with Ming spawning soon. Oh, Blessed Shield attempt by Play. Gets sidestepped beautifully by She's a Kid. Bottom wall will be sieged up pretty heavily here now. Bullet lands onto Hammer. The boys are here though to defend, and this should only be a little bit of fort damage. Virgil, Sun going wide again. Most of the time Virgil uses his stun on Blaze, I just expect it to miss these days. I feel like he goes for some very optimistic stuns. I feel like every time I have my camera on Virgil, he's just sliding past the enemy with this stun. But good defense regardless, good collapse regardless. Top wave will be under some pressure. Hopaka's gonna have to go clear that up. Meanwhile, bottom is being sieged by DDX. Do we see a tongue attempt from Ubi here? Oh, nice dodge by Hopaka. He was ready for it. Okay, the counter bottom pressure. The Indom used early by Shizuke. Blessed Shield is still up. They could look for a Blessed Shield one-shot now. With no... Hammer doesn't have cleanse, and Garrosh doesn't have cleanse now, but they do still have Brightwing cleanse. It is a 4v3 siege here right now, though. Virgil will start to rotate down, so they will have to back away. Play tanking a bit of tower shots. They do actually go for She's a Kid, but the cleanse is beautiful. The taunt, the gust as well. All the boys are here. Marinus gets gusted into the 4, and the BFG actually won't finish him. He lives at 1 HP. And meanwhile, they're going to have to turn on to Ubi instead, and they do get the stun onto him. Disciple looks for the pick onto She's a Kid, but the heals are very nice. Darnasovsky, MVP of that fight. Cleansing the Blessed Shield, saving everyone. Nice poly as well. The gust actually, very tragic. They actually ended up saving Marinus with it. But it was a nice deep flank from Ubi here. Even though he's the one to fall, he kind of saved Marinus with that counter pressure. But overall, beautiful fight there from DDX. Very nice 5-man collapse. And speaking of collapses, we will actually find... Oh, Virgil landing stun. It's beautiful. There we go. We just had to flame him, and he started cooking. Very nice global play here, though, from DDX. Collapsing every time with global and getting it killed. It's very, very good. They'll lose a tiny bit of mid soak, but yeah, they're getting up top push, and they're getting the tribute. Very huge swing. Oh, I actually see a toss in from Kid. He still has taunt. He does get blessed shielded up, but he's very tanky. He actually does get the taunt on the Scorch. But at the same time, Hammer knocked him away, which is very tragic. He might try the BFG snipe. No, he doesn't go for BFG snipe. Dead inside messing that one up. He shouldn't have W'd them away. He should have trusted the taunt. Kid played that perfectly. Ubi, nice little tongue into Virgil. One, not too much though. Just slowing him down from soaking. We'll lose a little bit of soak here, but yeah, they got the tribute. They saved their bottom fort. Both bottom forts are sneezable right now. Just a little bit of sneeze and either bottom fort will fall. But yeah, advantage 2 out of 3 tributes for DDX, and they're consistently winning these fights with the global collapses. Getting good picks as well. But XP just about that even. Dead inside, gotta be careful. He could get collapsed on and he will. Will the bless shield come in? Oh, Playa hesitated a bit. And nice patience there as well from Darnasovsky to not see right away. He waited to see if Bless would connect or not. I've seen Brightwings like panic Z right away. I like that he held it for a sec. You see a little attempt here on the Ubi, but he'll just walk away. And topside is being pressured heavily in exchange for this bottom lane collapse. So I think this favors DDX again because Dead Inside didn't die. And this bot 4 was already so low that Raccoons basically conceded their entire top 4 just to look for that gank and secure the 1 HP fourth. So, good macro again from DDX. This tribute safe spawn for Raccoons, so they should be just fine to clear. And easy camping started up here by Habaka. He does have the rotation here, so he should be fine to seal this. Very heavy topside pressure from DDX. Kid will get the wave. They might even look to siege up this wall, but they do have to worry about their own mid side. Dead inside's gotta be really careful. He's gonna die. He's dead. I don't know what he's doing so far up on his own, but Ubi will also get gone on. He will survive the engagement and actually look for slowing down the enemies. They will look to chase, but Virgil will sneak out. Disciple is on the flank though with play, and he actually almost one-shot. Wow, beautiful play here from Disciple. Basically 100 to 0ing Darnasovsky, and they will secure that kill. And meanwhile, Virgil had to bunker away from Ubi, but he will also fall. Beautiful collapse there. Beautiful collapse. Very well played. That all started with Dead Inside overextending mid when his team was playing topside. And then they didn't leave in time. They went for their own pick, but they tried to get it to Haka. And yeah, huge 3 kill swing here for Raccoons. They will also secure this top fort, so they will have a fort advantage. They are also looking to start up on this tribute, which is the good spawn for DDX. So getting this seed would be huge. They are trying to scout out to Garrosh, but he's gone. They're looking for Ubi again, but he's gone. Yeah, huge swing here for Raccoons. Beautiful 3 picks. Nice top 4 take. Nice seed steal, and they're going to siege up on mid here a bit as well, although this should be easily defendable. Now that DDX has respawned, they should be just fine to defend here. Ming will get a bit of poke in here, but Kid can block some of it. Hopaka might get collapsed on here. Ubi would get spotted by mine if he did try it. I think Hopaka recognizes that they're down here. There's enough vision. But Siege Camp stolen away. Oh, Bless Shield coming in. The taunt, both tanks self-cleansing, the other tanks engage. Pretty funny. The bunker panicked again. Virgil is very he's very trigger happy with the bunkers in both games so far. But that was pretty funny. Both tanks self-cleanse or pre-cleanse, the other tanks engage. Let's taunt for Bless Shield trade. We do have the Brightwing Z coming in. Shizuka does land a nice Q onto Disciple, but he blinks away. Virgil will get tongued in, and he doesn't have bunker because he panic wasted it earlier. He will get ISO'd. He will get Spell Shield off though and survive barely. Another nice cleanse from Darnasovsky. And we do have the two-man Gust here onto Disciple and Paye. Disciple's gonna have to blink away to the bot side. The toss away from Shizuki to PO, but Disciple will blink away to safety. Very nice tongue there from Ubi and Virgil. Yeah, you gotta be more patient on the bunkers, man. He's consistently wasting bunker and then getting punished after. But speaking of punishing, Shizuki will find Moranis with the indom, with the throw taunt, into the poly. Beautiful find there. The Ancestral was too late. Very, very well played from Shizuki. My goodness. He's finding some amazing engages, and they will get the third seed here. They will have to deal with these waves. It should just be 2 forts going over. I don't see them getting much more than both of these forts. Greymane is still dead for 40. Hopaka will secure. Oh! Nice! Oil Sun by Virgil. He's landing Sun. It's big. The follow-up wasn't really there though, but that was very nice. Shizuki will find an angle here onto Playa, but I think Playa still has trait. They do get gusted into the 2-man taunt. The Ancestral won't land. Playa does get trade off, but it's after the taunt, and oh my god, beautiful collapse. This could be GG. I think they can end mid, or end top, or end wherever. I think they can end here. I think it is game, actually. What an amazing find there. Hopaka with the gust and the 2-man taunt. Play of the game. Ancestral was late again. He probably should have let Leaving die, just Ancestral Johanna, and now it's a full disaster. They will be sieging up the core here. There's 40 seconds. I think they have it. I think this will be it. Hopaka is tanking the core right now, but the Terra is coming in soon. As 1 HP Terra, though. The wave is coming soon as well. Ubi is trying to look for something. He does get a huge 3-man ISO with the 20. Huge 3-man ISO to slow them down. Darnasovsky will cleanse a little bit late, and they just need to buy 20 seconds of time. Can they buy 20 seconds of time? Moranis is splashing on them with the 20. The Brightwing Z will come in. Shizuki is looking for a pick, but he doesn't land the top. Beautiful 2-man stun by Virgil, and they do get the last 2 picks. Wow, Virgil, amazing stun there to secure the game. Nice try by Ubi on the isolation. But wow, what a game. What an explosive finish there. With the objective, with the absolute beautiful collapse there. With the, Virgil starting it off with the stun. And then Hopaka coming in with a perfectly timed gust. And then at the very end there on the core, when it looked rough, the 3-man ISO slowed them down. Greymane was splashing all over them. Shizuki could mess up the taunt, but Virgil. Beautiful 2-man stun to secure the game. Oh my goodness, what a banger. My MVP for this one is actually going to be Darnasovsky. I thought his cleanses were beautiful. The polys were perfect. Every single Z was on time and in the right lane. Absolute masterclass Brightwing gameplay. I mean, I think all of these guys played really well. Like Dead Inside winning the solo lane matchup against Li Ming. He did get picked in mid one time though, which was really bad. Virgil hitting some very clutch stuns, 2 very clutch stuns late game, but he did waste a few bunkers and get tongued in a couple times. And Shizuki always finding the right engages, but also missing taunt a couple times. So we'll have to give it to Darnasovsky. Hopaka as well played really well with the last gust in to the 2-man taunt. So MVP, Darnasovsky. SVP, we're going to give it to... SVP, we're going to give it to Ubi. Even though he died a few times, he hit some good tongues. The ISO at the end almost saved the game. He survived a lot of the ganks and baited a lot of the ganks as well on him. And LVP, we'll give LVP to... who's the LVP here? I think... I don't know. Is there even an LVP for this game? I feel like they all played fine. I guess we have to give one. I guess we'll give it to Disciple. Because both of his deaths were like huge deaths. The first one on bottom, that opened up the game for DDX. And also, he was losing a solo matchup to Hammer, like getting out microed. And then the last one on... Even the first time on mid when he got gusted in and he barely lived, that was still bad that he got gusted in, even though he lived. And then the one mid at the end where he got gusted into 2-man taunt. So yeah, we'll have to give him the LVP, but I think they all played pretty well, so we just had to give it to someone. Scorch, you could argue Scorch because he wasn't saving people, but they were getting farmed. But yeah, at the end there, if Scorch Ancestral Joe instead of trying it on Li Ming, that could have been a difference maker. And then he also got, yeah, it could be Scorch because even on the one where they got the tribute, when She's a Kid indomed and found the taunt onto Moranis, he got hit by the taunt too, and that should be illegal. Like they're going for your Greymane, and somehow you also got taunted instead of like dodging the taunt when it wasn't like you weren't the one who was thrown, you know. And because of that, he didn't get the cleanse or ancestral off. So yeah, maybe we'll give it to Scorch actually in hindsight. Yeah, you know what? We'll switch LVP to Scorch. The two fights that kind of lost him the game was he could have saved actually if it was cleaner on the Rhaegar. You make an excellent point, Young Buck. Can I call you Young Buck? Too bad, I'm already calling you Young Buck. Okay, map 3. First pick taken by Raccoons. Map pick chosen by DDX. This is anyone series 1-1. This is a banger. Banger alert. What picks will we see contested? I think the Brightwing is big for both teams. Both healers, I think it's their best healer. I think we'll see Brightwing pick our ban for sure. This is a much better Diablo map. Both tanks, actually, Diablo was not picked or banned in either game. Both tanks going for Joe and Garrosh both games. Hanzo is something to consider as well. We'll see if DDX switches up their bans. They've been doing, or if either team switches up their bans. Both teams have been consistently banning Augur and Orphea on the side of DDX, and Raccoons have been consistently banning Chromie, although in the first game they banned Brightwing, and in the second game they banned Sylvanas. So we'll see if they keep the Chromie ban, and if they keep the Sylvanas ban, or go back to the Brightwing ban. But the first pick, it's a little bit different. Yeah, I got you, Lich. Red team won, right? Before I click it, just make sure. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we might see some Virgil Diva. He did play it yesterday on this map. He actually played it in both maps yesterday and won both games with it, and the Diva actually looked really solid. So we could see that for sure. He might just stick with the Blaze. Raccoons might ban Blaze this time, or try to take it away. They will keep the Chromie ban though, and we'll probably still see them Hogger and Orphea ban. Would I rather have first pick or map pick? I generally prefer a map pick, so you can last pick DPS to counter pick. Most of the time I prefer map pick, but if I'm losing a series and map pick isn't working, then sometimes I'll just go for first pick, especially if there's like some first pick that feels too OP that we want to play around. Okay, so same exact bans from both teams from game 1. We might see the Blaze takeaway. We could just see Johanna again. Okay, we'll just see Dahaka again. So 3 games of Dahaka in a row. We could see Blaze here again for Virgil. And we could see Johanna this time taken away from She's a Kid. We could also see Hanzo taken. If they're worried that they're going to 2-3 it and they want to deny it. So I think Blaze, Hanzo, Joe Blaze, Joe Hanzo, all acceptable. Yeah, Joe Blaze makes sense. Take away the Joe this time. So we'll probably see Hanzo coming in. They'll probably want to secure it since he's been getting consistently banned on the 3rd rotation. And the DPS picks do seem to be struggling once Orphea and Hanzo are banned. So we'll probably see Hanzo come in, plus we could see Diablo, or we could see the healer, like an Anduin. Hanzo Anduin, Hanzo Rhaegar, Hanzo Diablo. Hanzo Mouth. Okay, so we have the Mouth. It's a very early Mouth. I think if you're picking healer this early, I prefer to pick the Rhaegar or Anduin, because now they're showing very squishy backline. And if these guys ban something that peels or that's tanky, like for instance, you could ban a Thrall or a Garrosh or a Diablo, then they can go something heavy dive, right? Because they're showing such a squishy backline. Yeah, so you ban the tanky Diablo, makes sense. These guys, they have to ban Genji now. They have no other option but to ban a dive hero. Yeah, so they have to ban Genji, but the problem is Tracer could still come in here. So what they could do now is pick a neutral DPS, like Sylvanas or Tychus, with their healer, like an Anduin or Rhaegar, and they could set up a last pick Tracer or Zeratul. So that's what I would do. I would personally pick Junkrat, Tychus, or Sylvanas, plus Anduin or Rhaegar. Yep, there you go. And so these guys, they have to preemptively beef up their draft because you're worried about a dive last pick. So you have to like go something like Tyrael or Varian or something like that. Then like a Thrall or something. I don't know. It's awkward. It's very awkward for them. Probably you'll see Thrall, Varian, Thrall, Garrosh, Thrall, Tyrael. Oh, Malthael. Thrall, Malthael, Tyrael, Malthael. So yeah, going for the triple backline because they're so worried about, but they could still get Tracer here. They could also just go another backliner now and just play poke or play like front to back style into triple melee. So you could just go like Falstad here or Tychus here or Vala here. I think I like Tychus. Okay, they do still commit to Zera, so they are still committing to the dive against the squishy backline. I like it. I like it. Just commit, even though they went tanky at the end. They still don't have much CC at all. Zera will have a rough time early game into this comp because they have so much sustain and a lot of damage. But as the game progresses, the Zeratul is stronger and stronger and stronger. Hammer? Oh yeah, last pick Hammer would have been insane for them. Or yeah, something like a Task Gul'dan mage type situation. But I think if they had the Anduin, their comp would be a lot more potent. So I think that was one mistake. I think the rest of the drafting was perfect. But if the Rhaegar was an Anduin to set up that last pick dive, you know? But I mean, Rhaegar can still help you dive, but I think Anduin is more effective in that with the light bomb. Yeah, I like both teams' drafts once again for the third game in a row. I do think that Raccoons draft is easier to play, but I like this draft overall, especially if Zeratul can get to late game. We did see Dead Inside Zeratul yesterday though, and he did struggle quite a bit against SL enjoyers, so we'll have to see if he's a little bit more juiced up today. We have support build hero, so we'll probably see Sync coming in. And yeah, I do like the Malthael 4-man pick a lot, by the way. I think it's a very strong pick into this team. Joe Blaze, like Malthael's really good into Joe Blaze. Some beefy health bars. Oh, 3-man gank coming in for Ubi. They find him in the bush. He does have to eat early. He could get purged here after this totem slow. I'm surprised he didn't get purged there. He should have died if he got purged there. The counterclass will come in though. Onto Lapaka, he does E out and he'll be just fine. Was there a purge available? Sorry, I have to. Yeah, he didn't purge for some reason. That was a huge missed opportunity. That should have been a kill if he purged after totem. But Ubi with a nice tongue on the way out to save himself. And a good living there from Ubi. Hopaka is still down here, and they will actually collapse onto Marina's beautiful flank there. Oh my god, what a well played, creative flank angle. from Hopaka and Darnasovsky. They do drop actually half the wave, so it's basically an even trade because Disciples also head on the map. We have a tongue attempt on mid, but it won't land. Disciple doing a really good job on the macro here. Consistently clearing out this bot wave and getting out the easy camp. Oh, we got another pause. Flag F. Flag F moment. Okay, both teams ready. So pretty even early game so far. DDX getting the early pick onto Hanzo, but not doing their own camps in exchange. They will look for a bit of top siege here, but nicely defended here by the 3-man. So the map pressure is in favor of Raccoons pretty heavily, getting out their neutral, getting out their safe camp, and getting out the bottom neutral camp. A nice 3-2 split here though. Virgil and Dead Inside rotating together to secure the globes for the early game zero tool. And nice hard camp timing here for DDX. Good rotation from Yone, OTP, and Moranis onto the top wall, getting some good damage here. And they are a little bit late to the bruisers, but Disciple can solo that no problem. And this neutral will be done. So yeah, all team getting all camps. Hopaka going again for a reflank onto Moranis. Nice condemn here. Like she's a kid, but the mouthfeels are good. And the trade is actually one pretty much even trade, but that'll always favor the team with Malfurion. Because his sustain healing is better than Rhaegar's. Good attempt there though for both teams. Huge mid pressure here. We're gonna see a Sylph trade onto as well. Really nice rotation here. Leaving the top wave. The Cheezer can step up too far though. He will actually fall here. But they do get a wall. It's definitely worth it. If he didn't die, it would have been extremely good, but it's still very good. Very nice macro rotation here from DDX. Getting half of this mid fort for just one Johanna. And Dead Inside blinking directly into Ubi's tongue. Not respecting the missing Dahaka. Beautiful play though from Ubi to punish. And they do get 2 kills, so they did lose basically the fort, but they got 2 kills. So relatively even trade, but still favoring DDX. And Ubi will maybe sell it back here. No, he decides not to. And they actually get the shrine themselves, but this will only get the wall probably. Especially, I think Disciple should have held this cap. He capped so early, his team is not really in time to siege here. And it looks like they're just going to pressure mid instead. So I think a bit of a missed opportunity on not holding the shrine and grouping up top with it. But they do get mid wall, and they will get top wall. Hot wave is falling here though. Dead Inside. Whoa, another beautiful tongue from Ubi. Dead Inside is getting absolutely bullied right now. And yeah, top gets nothing, but they do get the mid wall. So still XP, half a level lead here, almost full level lead here. For Raccoons. Top wave will be cleared out by Hopaka. Easy camp being started up here. We could see a trait attempt here on the top. They don't know where Hanzo and Malfin are, so they're a little bit hesitant. Now that they see them cap the camp, they do go for it. There's good patience. Oh, Ubi though, digging in, finding the collapse onto Darnasovsky. Beautiful tongue. Darnasovsky has to run into them to try to escape. And a beautiful finisher. And Ubi with another tongue. Oh my god, is Ubi the greatest or what? Holy, and does he get a third? No, no way he gets another one. No way he gets another one. No way he gets... Someone check him PC. Someone check him PC. Meanwhile, Malthael did die though. I didn't see how. I guess. Oh, actually. Oh, wait. How did? Wait, Zera and Malthael both die. I guess they traded 1-for-1 somewhere else. But yeah, huge swing for Raccoons. Ubi with the dig, securing 3 kills. Absolutely beautiful what Dahaka plays. If I'm these guys, I'm banning Dahaka next game. Well, let's focus on this one for now. Is Dead Inside finished with his globes? 2 more globes. Bottom easies will be started here. 4 Disciple should be easy takeaway. I think if they could go for this mid, actually this wave might just get the fort on its own. They're gonna look for a gank on the Disciple. This could work. He dismounts himself. They do get the slow on him. The Blessed Shield bounce over the wall. The Wailing Arrow as well, but it's still too deep, and the arrow collapse is good. Ubi's here to dig. They're gonna get wiped here. They gotta run for their lives. The Sank for good measure. Darnasovsky will fall first. Dead Inside will double blink away, and he'll be just fine. Yeah, a little too deep on the pick attempt. I like the idea, but yeah, it was just too far. Nice bunker there onto the tongue. Well played by Virgil. Using bunker at a very good time there. He would have died otherwise for sure. And yeah, DDX kind of got lucky there to only lose 1. I think the Sank was way too ambitious. Like, there's no way you ever get counter killed there with no Blessed Shield, no Blessed Shield, no Wailing Arrow. They have 0 kill pressure, especially after a 4-man arrow under your gate. So the Sank was wasted, and only 1 kill is definitely a huge sigh of relief for DDX, but they're still down on XP big time. Opaka will cheese up this bot wall here. This is nice. She's a kid gonna stop the rotations as well. Very nice line there to secure that tower. And they will have to give the shrine now though. There's no way they can play the shrine against 13. They are just getting a lead, but I think they're gonna have to back away and look to get some split push value somewhere. Maybe a gank onto Dahaka. Ubi should try to be careful soon. He'll probably get ganked soon, and he should know that they're gonna give the shrine, and he has to respect the gank. Could see mid fort coming in. Player just trying to slow everyone down. Disciple can solo the shrine pretty easily, so everyone else can try to slow down the split push. I think Lopaka should have went top and gone to push that wave in. But they're actually looking for a recollapse onto the shrine. But yeah, against 13s, and Dahaka has global, so like, even if you do somehow start to win the 12 versus 13, you're gonna get dug on anyways. And yeah, really good defense here from Raccoons to not lose any value against Sylvanas. Oh, Ubi, maybe going for the solo? I think he should have ISO'd that. I think if he ISO'd that, that's a kill. Oh, he didn't have it, I see. Okay, he'd used it earlier. Okay, makes sense. Good tongue though, good chunk. Dead Inside getting bullied by Ubi all game so far. This fort will go over. 2 Raccoons. I don't know if they can find much more. I actually would go to push mid here afterwards. I think once you secure this fort, actually they won't get the fort. The 5-man defense is here. But Ubi is slowly getting top. But very nice defense here. I think we all consider that fort to be a foregone conclusion, but very good defense. Dead Inside almost blinking into tongue there. But he does dodge it out nicely. Nice job from Ubi to not dig down. I think it was good he didn't dig down and he's keeping the pressure up, and they're just pressuring all the buildings. Even though they don't secure any of the buildings, they got all 3 very low. I think it was a good thing that he stayed. Maybe he could have dug down and found something, but they were playing pretty defensive there. And the siege was not too great for Raccoons. Also, one thing I didn't really mention was we do have Twilight Dream, which is really nice against Zeratul for some additional counter pressure. The DDX gonna look to force here, pre-16. They do get a full collapse, but the Twilight Dream is really nice, and the Sank as well, and Dead Inside will fall. The pre-16 fight does not work out for DDX. Beautiful peel here. Beautiful Twilight Dream. Dead Inside not dodging it out, so he just got 1 shot. And they will chase down some more kills. They will find Hopaka here. And yeah, 3-4-0. 16's coming in. Huge swing for Raccoons. Well played. That was a good attempt. They have to try something pre-16. But Tyrael is the tankiest member. And they only silenced him. And the silence was also a little bit early, if you saw. He kind of overlapped the silence with everything else. If he saved it a little bit longer, he would have been able to maybe secure the kill before Sanctification goes off. So I think both Hopaka and Dead Inside playing that one a bit poorly. Dead Inside getting Twilight Dreamed and Hopaka using Willing Arrow too early. But a good attempt nonetheless, and it's not over by any means. They still have all their keeps, and they are scaling up the Zeratul. They will likely have to give this next shrine though. I don't know if they'll get 16 in time. Oh, beautiful tongue hair from Ubi again. Into the root, into the last right. The arrow afterwards, but they don't have any cooldowns. Virgil bunkering to save himself. Ubi, oh, Darnsovsky actually used cleanse there because he thought the tongue would land. But Ubi with another insane tongue. And yeah, Ancestral just couldn't get off because they just have so much burst. Yeah, I think Q build Zera with VP would have been better, 100%. If he had Anduin and Light Bomb, I like the A build. But since they went Rhaegar, I think Q build VP makes more sense. Especially because they have Twilight Dream too. It's like really hard to play A Zera into Shields, Hanzo Poke, Twilight Dream, triple melee, and sync. Disciple looking for the bot side flank. He gets collapsed on heavily, but he does get the nice self cleanse. The Sank is panicked. The tongue onto Shizakid, but he does have trade afterwards. We do have a beautiful 4-man Wailing Arrow after the bless. 5-man Wailing Arrow, actually. Oh my goodness. That was insane. And Disciple will fall, but the 2-man root on the way out. The overchase here from DDX. The bunker will save them all, but they're all so very low. Hopaka's going for the dive onto Scorch, but the mouthfeels are so big. Hopaka's gonna get tongued on the way out. Another beautiful tongue here from Ubi. And he will fall to the Hanzo damage. A bit of an overchase here. They could have just taken the Malthael kill and done the shrine, but it's an absolute disaster. What an amazing Bless Shield into Wailing Arrow, but it was squandered by an overchase and a haphazard dive attempt by DDX. And now this may be all she wrote. Especially if they hold Shrine for 20. They will look for a pick on the Dead Inside, but he will be able to blink away. If they hold Shrine for 20 and siege up mid wall after they get this top wall, I think this could be game over. It's going to be very tough for DDX to defend against this level 20 Punisher. They'll just steal away everything right now, get the shrine started, do every single camp. You get double camp here with the mid siege. That's what I'd like to see. Get double camp here, cap the shrine, mid siege hard. Doesn't look like they're gonna go for the easy camp in time. I think it's a little slow now. Ubi will get it started. Maybe someone could help him out. I think they'll get it in time. No harm, no foul. We'll see the mid siege up here. So we have 6 goats. Mortar Punisher, a Catapult, and 20 advantage. It'll be hard to defend this. Good early jump here from Shizakid though. And the wall is still being worked on. Very good defense so far. Oh my god, Ubi finding Dead Inside on the bot side. And he's gonna have to blink back in. He gets the last right and he falls. Meanwhile, Pai looking for a flank on the top side. They do get the raw root onto Virgil, who does use his trait, and he still has bunker, so he'll be just fine. Meanwhile, Disciple is chunking out Shizakid, but gets blessed up himself into Wailing Arrow. But the Sank is very nice, and the arrow to follow after. Very nice peeling there onto Disciple, and they will take out Darnsovsky. Oh, he actually lives with the last Q, and they actually all survive. No, never mind. What did he die to? Oh, Malthael blinked back in, sorry. Did not expect that. Nice finish there from Disciple. And this should be enough. 20 advantage, everyone's dead. Wow, what a dominant performance. Oh my god, Ubi. Ubi just hitting even catching Zera here again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. GG. We will give MVP to Ubi. An absolute dominant Dahaka performance. Basically solo carrying the game. Insane Z onto top to get triple kill. Insane tongues on Zera all game. Getting picks left and right. A dominant Dahaka performance. SVP, we'll give SVP to I feel like we'll give it to they all played kind of bad. We'll give it to Virgil because he only died once and everyone else was inting. Virgil SVP for only dying once. LVP, we'll give it to Dead Inside. That was he almost got out damaged by Malfurion. Not that damage charts matter that much, but I think he was just getting bullied. He was getting tongued on every rotation. He got Twilight Dreamed in the first fight that really mattered. He was just getting zero value from his pick. Getting poked out too hard. SVP is the best performer on the losing team. So last game SVP was Ubi Dahaka as well. And the first game SVP was She's a Kid Garrosh. I like to give these awards. You know, I whenever I was playing, one of my favorite parts about playing was like whenever they would do like awards for tournaments and stuff, which they didn't really do that much. But I remember like CCL, I got CCL MVP season 1. I was really happy about that. And then season did I get MVP? No, in season 4 they didn't do an MVP. I was really sad about that. But that was for like the whole tournament. But I like to do it after every game too, you know? Because if I'm a player, like that's what I would like to hear, like if I was MVP or not. Or if I'm SVP or LVP, like, you know, gotta work on it, you know? Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I try not to be biased, you know? Like, I don't really have a horse in the race, so to say. So I try to be obviously, like, everyone's naturally biased. But when it comes to, like, casting and all that, I just try to be as objective and just call it how I see it, you know? Like, just based on my experience competing and, like, what I see. So I try to add some insights, like call out the good plays, call out the bad plays, stuff like that, you know? I'm gonna be right back real quick for this trip. I gotta use the restroom. Use the restroom really fast. Okay, I'm back. Right in time. Okay, so Sky Temple, love this map. Probably one of my favorite maps outside of Dragon Shower and competitive. The first pick for the side of Raccoons, they're gonna ban the Brightwing again, so probably Brightwing Chromie bans. I'm surprised they didn't maybe pressure first pick Brightwing. We'll see a Hogger Orphea bans again. Maybe we'll see a Dahaka ban here. I think they should ban Dahaka. Ubi Dahaka was just way too good. So we see Brightwing still bans, so same bans as... Actually no, this time they leave the Chromie open. This is a bit worse of a Chromie map. Okay, so they're gonna keep the bans. We're gonna see Dahaka first pick again for Ubi. There you go. And then we'll probably see Blaze Joe again. They could go... They could try the Chromie if they want. Chromie is up this time. It's the first time Chromie's up. They could go Blaze Chromie. But I think they should secure the Blaze for Virgil. You could Blaze Rhaegar. You could Blaze Hanzo. You could take away the Hanzo, actually. Okay, they Blaze Rhaegar. I don't hate it. We'll probably see Joe Hanzo here. Most likely Joe Hanzo here. You could see Mouth Hanzo again. But I think it's even easier to dive Mouth on this map. So I would go Joe Hanzo. Lock it in, boys. There you go. There you go. And okay, so these guys, they can ban... what should they ban? They should probably ban a healer. You could ban Uther if you want to dive. Uther or Stukov if you want to dive. If you want to play front to back, you could ban Anduin or Malfurion. So, dealer's choice. I don't think they should ban damage. There's too many damage options. So you ban Uther or Stukov if you want to dive, Anduin if you want front to back. There you go. So these guys, they should probably ban Genji again. It's been working for them. They've been beating everything else. You could ban a tank. You could ban a Muradin for Shizukid. You could even ban Shizukid's Garrosh, but I think they're good into Garrosh. So it's either Genji ban, Muradin ban. There you go. These guys should probably pick... They could go the Garrosh for Shiza. But it doesn't look great here. I would maybe go a Nubarak or Diablo for Shizukid. Probably, I think a Nubarak looks great. I think a Nubarak Chromie, for example, could be very strong here. They could get Genji'd. A Nubarak Junkrat can work. A Nubarak Tychus. Nubarak something neutral. Okay, so they go Garrosh. They're going to commit to the Garrosh. They're picking Greymane into Johanna blind. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I think Garrosh is going to have a rough time here as well. All these guys have to go is some pokey, like Falstad type hero. Like Falstad, Junkrat. They don't really play Junkrat, so I think Falstad's amazing for them. Like Falstad Stukov, Falstad Uther, Falstad Malfurion, Falstad Stukov. Did I say that? I think Falstad Stukov, Falstad Uther would be best. Okay, they go Cassia and Malf. Oof, I don't really like that much. I think Falstad would have been much better. Cassia blind is good against Greymane, but now these guys can Falstad and they have really good macro now. Oh, okay, they're going even more macro. The Vikings last pick, cheese. I love it, actually. I think... See, another reason why I want a Falstad is it stops his potential. Or at least it dissuades it heavily. Because you load up on the macro, and you're not really worried about dive if you go tanky healer. But they had to go tanky DPS because they went a squishy healer. But a squishy healer is not that great on this map. So yeah, I think Falstad plus tanky healer would have been better rotation. Nice Vikings last pick. But it's not a checkmate draft by any means, even though the Vikings does look amazing here. Their team fighting is pretty rough. Like, Joe Cassia, Hanzo, Mouth, Dahaka team fighting is absolutely amazing into Greymane, Garrosh, Blaze, Rhaegar. So I think they have to try to win the map, and if they don't, they just lose every fight. Like, Raccoons win every fight on paper. But, the globals, it's one global. I don't know if it's enough versus Vikings. This could be Vikings checkmate angle. If they play it clean around the Vikings, if they play the macro well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's anyone's game, but I do think I favor the Vikings comp for the macro. It is a macro map. I mean, you could eventually coin flip on bosses and stuff, but overall it's a macro map, and the Vikings don't really have any big counters here besides the Dahaka. So yeah, I'm gonna favor DDX draft here. But both teams, very solid draft overall. DDX will look for cheese in the top lane here. 4-manning with Vikings soaking mid and bottom. Raccoons, 4-man matching, very good. All the blinds are here to slow down the push. Vikings will be matched by Dahaka as well. Nice toss in here onto Playa, but he does have the drill trait. And they will have to back away. They do go for the eye here. We could see a re-engage. Olaf is AFK. Oh, Playa, he doesn't have. Oh, there was almost a toss. He didn't have trait yet. He could have got tossed in. I don't know why they sent Olaf to top lane if they wanted to cheese top lane. It's already bad macro. You want to put Olaf in the lane you're not pushing. But they put Olaf into... Oh, beautiful tongue here into the root. Ubi once again. Absolutely gaming. Ubi always finding the tongues. I don't know why they didn't ban Dahaka. But, okay, Olaf's back to top. So, I guess they had Olaf top because they wanted to rotate out of top. But, why go top in the first place if your Olaf is there? I don't know. Who knows? But, camps being started up by both teams here. Nice job. Nice greeting here from Raccoons. With the Greymane pick, they're able to greet both camps since they're so much faster on the map. Nice job here. I like leaving Dahaka bot side, everyone else going top. This is good from both teams. So advantage here for Raccoons because they got out their siege camp, whereas DDX didn't. She's a kid just slowing down some rotations. We'll see an early tower almost falling due to bruisers being a little bit late capped. But now with the late cap, they should be able to clear this out just fine. The Vikings will struggle into this Dahaka double soak because we have the siege camp here as well. So we will see the counter rotation down here to help the Vikings out a little bit. Gonna push out mid and do our own easies, but there's always a price to pay, and that price will be this top wall. So they're actually just gonna instantly rotate back up to defend top wall. So never getting out their easies, but bottom easy is cleared up here by Eric. Both teams trading pretty evenly on the map so far. Slight advantage for Raccoons though, neutralizing the early pressure with the stronger 4v4. And a good pick onto Greymane early. Vision Tower gonna be contested here by She's a Kid and Play. She's a Kid gonna have to give it up. The Malfurion healing is just too strong. Meanwhile though, we do have mid being pushed in by Hopaka, and they will look to cheese out bottom here. So good macro while Olaf contests mid and Blaze slows down the top push. Very good macro so far. They are gonna look for Ubi on the rotation. They will find him. But he is a very tanky boy, and Play is here as well to slow down the Greymane push. She's a Kid just trolling them while they contest on mid shots. Scorch will slow down Olaf a bit, and Hanzo might come in here to finish up this Olaf kill. And he will miss everything. Oh, Play getting gone on here. The cleanse from mouth doesn't hit anything, and Disciple will fall as well. Right into the loving arms of Blaze. He misses, but still, really good collapse there from Virgil as well. And a huge swing here for DDX, finding 2 picks. Playa just going a little bit too deep there on mid wave. I think he expected the help to be there sooner. They're a little bit far away. And this will be mid fort going over. So both teams getting out on early fort. Huge swing here for DDX. So they were starting to lose the early game too hard, but now they've neutralize it quite well, and both teams being a fourth down favors the Vikings team because Vikings can always soak this, whereas Dahaka could have a hard time soaking it later in the game because he's gonna have to be grouping or he's gonna have to be scared of a gank. So yeah, overall advantage to DDX right now from those 2 picks and finishing mid fort. They do finally get out their first siege camp, so this will be easily cleared up here by the 4-man of Raccoon. Zoning root here. Shizuka taking a lot of damage. Preemptively ally tossing. Nice cleanse there onto Virgil's stun from Scorch. Good mouth cleanse. Virgil with a nice collapse here, though. I like it. Ubi's gonna have to deal with Vikings in the top mid side, but he will lose a little bit of soak. Because Vikings can always soak faster than him. And Vikings can also freeze up here if they so choose. Choose the kid getting very poked out, though, consistently. He doesn't have Indom right now, so he's gotta be a little bit scared. Level 10 invade could come in here if they get on in time. Nice, Virgil gets on in time. Beautifully done. They will try to chase down Scorch, but they won't get him. A beautiful invade here. Ubi may be looking for something on the way out, but remember, they're still not 10. Ubi still has E, though, so he should just be fine. Although he gets double stunned, he gets taunted, he gets tossed there, he gets the E off. The counter 10s could come in. Virgil using Bunker to try to get some damage off, but they might be over chasing here. Nice tongue from Ubi, but it's ally tossed wonderfully by Shiza Kid, but he's the one who falls because Ancestral went onto Hopaka instead of Shiza. I think that was a mess up by Rhaegar, but overall, too deep of a chase. Way too deep of an attempt here. From... I didn't see if there's a bullet or not. If there's a bullet on Ubi, maybe he would have died. But they overchased like crazy. But nice baiting there from Ubi. And both teams' bruiser camps are gonna spawn. We'll see what DDX goes for. Not really sure what they're going for right now. Maybe a pick onto Cassia, who they do see soaking mid. Yeah, it looks like they will go for Cassia. Opaka will jump onto him. The Olaf slow is good. The ball lightning to try to peel, but now Rhaegar's in. Ubi will try to dig in to help, but he's a little bit too late. Now he's gonna get ran down by Olaf, and Shiza Kid is here as well. Ubi trying too hard to peel right now, but he actually just speeds away. They will try to redive though. Olaf tanking, Totem tanking now. Ubi's running for his life. Ubi will eventually fall here. Meanwhile on the bot side, Virgil, for some reason, contested Temple 1v3 and he's gonna fall. So overall it's a 2-for-1 trade for DDX. 2-for-1 trade, getting Cassian to Haka but losing Blaze, and you also lost all of bottom shots. Not sure what Virgil was doing there. If he just AFK'd and did nothing, or just done bruiser camp or anything, it would have been a better look. Just randomly trying to contest Temple. Maybe he thought that more people would go try to join the top fight and that he could contest Temple 1v1. But that is quite the luxurious assumption. We do see some nice top damage here, but Marinus and Scorch are here to dissuade any further shenanigans, and both teams will probably just back up and do their bruiser camps. We do have easy camp here as well for the side of DDX. The easy camps are desynced because they did their first one so late. It's always interesting when they're desynced, because normally they're both on time, but because of that early game mess up, they're desynced. And they actually won't do it yet. They're gonna look to control. What the heck? Disciple just jumped into the entire team. What did I just watch? The melee arrow's enough to peel though, and Virgil actually gets his stun onto Scorch. He will get jumped on. The Blessed Shield though might come out to peel. He actually doesn't. Okay. Eric falls. I don't know what's going on. It's super chaotic. Hopaka's trying to run for his life. He does get ally tossed away. Shiza Kid is probably gonna die. Unless... Nice totem peel. Okay, he's out. What did I just watch? I have no idea what I just watched. But it was something for sure. I think... okay, next play. So, meanwhile, Baylog was pushing in bottom that whole time. Paye will soak up bottom. Mid is being contested here. Disciple jumping away from any danger. There is a huge bruiser camp push here with Ubi though, and he will look to secure top temple as well. Easy camp being done by the 3 men on the other side, and they will actually rotate top. Boss could get started out though. If they see all these people bottom, I would maybe call to start boss right now. And it looks like that is what they're gonna do. He does miss a scatter onto boss. But yeah, it looks like they're gonna trade the boss for the top prio. Nice job here recognizing enemy team's top, do boss. Ubi will be just fine. They will leave the Viking on temple and rotate down. They actually might be able to collapse in time. Olaf will stand on the point for now. Will the boys come in? No, the boys won't make it. They get zoned out by the root. They do force the Dahaka Z though. And actually they get the Blessed Shield into tongue, but the ally toss is good. The arrow goes wide. Cassia won't be able to finish the kill. Shiza Kid gets into the bunker to avoid the root and gets a taunt on the way out. A 2-man onto Cassia. The Dahaka Trank is used very early. Kind of a panic trank. Nice ally toss. Good disengage, good force on the Z, because they got top shots during all that, and they will just be able to free clear boss now. So I think it was a bad idea to send everyone top to clear bruisers, because you conceded free boss, but everything else was really good there from DDX, baiting the Dahaka Z and surviving to free clear out boss. But they will actually lose the rest of top, and they're going to lose all of bottom, unless they can maybe make it in time to contest the second half of this phase. Paylog is soaking them 16. Kid is looking for a topside flank, but I don't think he's going to find anyone. They could maybe go for Ubi, but I think he knows that something is amiss. Everyone is missing right now. Playa will try to scout them up right now. I think he does see that. Yeah, he definitely sees them here. So they will just respect. They will finish out bottom. Keep will live at 1 HP. Ubi will get spotted out here. They throw in Greymane on top of him. Uh-oh. That was a little ambitious. I think he was trying to throw a Blaze in, maybe. But they do have to use Cleanse for that, because the boys were ready. And now Playa is looking. He knows that there's no Cleanse. Over Force of Bless, though. Nice tongue. Gets instantly bunkered. Good bunker there from Virgil. But overall, good cooldown trade still for Raccoons. Forcing out bunker for tongue there. They will look for Hopaka, get the 2-man, so they don't have cleanse though. Nice peeling toss there from Kid, and they will survive. So this is good plays from DDX. They're baiting them to 5-man while Vikings get value on map from double soaking. But they are under siege themselves, and they have to play this game of like trying to keep them here as 5 while also not dying 4v5, right? And Ubi is looking for another tongue now. No, he won't find it. They will look for this Bruiser Camp invade. This should just go over. It's very hard to contest this if you're DDX. Like I said, the team fights just favor... Like, if the Haka is here, it's really hard for them to win the team fight. Because, yeah, it's Greymane into double blinds. It's no dive for mouth healing. It's way more damage and utility on the side of Raccoons in the team fights. But Vikings did get a ton of value during that play. Since Ubi was grouped up that whole time, he wasn't soaking, and so... Oh! What? We just saw a random arrow? That was something. Huge bot wave here. The Mariners is going to have to clean up. This will be early temple shots going over to DDX, since they are doing their easy camp and trying to finish out this bot wave. We'll maybe see a Bruiser Camp invade. We're seeing a pick attempt. Easy Kid will just slow down play here. And Eric will be pushed off the shrine now. We do see some top side shenanigans. Playa is scouting out. Oh! Hopaka going for the one-shot on Disciple. He lands the bullet. The Blaze Stun lands, and they do actually find Disciple, and they maybe go for Scorch after as well. Nice ally toss. They will find Scorch with the play again, Vikings. And this could be game over. They could just go Kure maybe on top side. If they get Cassia, it's over for sure. Yeah, it's over. It's over. They're gonna end. They could just end. Just go Kure. It's only 2 heroes alive to defend. They should send all the Vikings here, and they should just send it. Playa gonna try to slow them down at small wallet. He wasted totem. They're not playing this that clean. They're grouping up for blinds as well. The Vikings aren't here. They're finishing mid shots. I think Vikings should have stayed, and they should have went for it. Now they won't be able to end now. Maybe it was too ambitious to begin with into Johanna. Hopaka will tank up here, actually. They will get the stun onto Playa, but Hopaka took a lot of shots there. Now Virgil will tank, but the throw taunt is good onto Ubi. Do they have enough damage to finish him? No, they don't. They're not even going to get the keep now. Hanzo's alive with arrow. I think it was a very slow push and very suboptimal the way they played it, but that was really good defense. I mean, they have Johanna, right? And they didn't really have a wave, and the Vikings left to do temples and clear, which in hindsight it ended up being a good idea because he saved the bottom keep and he got all the mid shots. Boss is up now though, and there is a slight 20 advantage for DDX. The 20s will come back out in favor, and Ubi does have dig now. So we could see a 5v5 happen over this boss. But I do think the 5v5s favor Raccoons, as I said. That was just a really nice find onto... Disciple is just too deep up here. Because his Cassie and the Hako are mid. So he just Disciple just inted there. But I think if they don't int, they should just win the fights. But she's a kid. He's looking. He gets giga chunked out there by the Giant Slayer scatter. He'll get healed up just fine. Meanwhile, Eric is being chased down by Cassia, but she went a little bit deep for it. Nice raw root. Very beautiful raw root from Scorch there. And the dig is coming in, so now they should just run for their lives. They will go for Shizukid. He dodges the ISO, but he misses the taunt. The arrow goes wide again. Play with a nice bless onto Hopaka. The cleanse was so far away. The ancestral was so far away. Hopaka just dies before anything happens. Darce also gets stung in, but gets the ally toss out. The peel is good from Virgil, but 2 people will die. This will be boss and probably core attempt. Maybe just straight up core attempt. Yeah, they're just gonna run at bottom. This is probably game. I think Darnatossi was so far back there for no reason. He didn't even try to save Hopaka. It was a good flush shield, but oh, the Vikings play again. They're going to Disciple, and the rest are zoned by tornadoes, and he's self-inceptions himself to survive, but he's still gonna fall to the tongue. Another 3-man blaze stun. Will it be enough? 15 seconds on the Greymane. The core is still healthy. 1 Viking falls, but Hanzo is dead. Is it enough core damage without Hanzo? Core is falling 85%. Marinas is working on it. Virgil's trying to slow them down. Beautiful raw root to cancel the blaze stun. The ISO does miss. The stun does land on the Cassia, but it will still be enough. Greymane is here now, but wow, what a chaotic finish to the series. GG's. Congrats to the Rocket Raccoons qualifying for playoffs. GG's, well played. 3-1 victory for the Raccoons. My MVP for this one is going to be Ubi again. Hit every tongue. Missed a couple ISOs. Overall clean. Ubi Dahaka is just disgusting. SVP, we will give SVP to Virgil. I thought Virgil, maybe that inside. No, we'll give SVP to Virgil. I thought Virgil played really well. He hit really important stuns. He had good bunker iframes. I think Virgil for the SVP here. And LVP, we'll give LVP to... LVP will go to... I think they all played fine. But maybe Darnasovsky for... He got tongued a lot. He was just getting ally toss a lot. But also not saving Kopaka there at the end. Like, he was, like, hiding in base or something. He didn't even try to cleanse him or Ancestral. He was, like, so far back. Like, by the time Ancestral was cast, Kopaka's already 1 HP. It's not like he got tongued in or anything. Like, he just got bless shielded. Like, if I'm bless shielded, like, I need some help, but Darsasu just in base. So we'll give MVP Ubi, SVP Virgil, LVP Darnasovsky. But overall, very nice series. Very well played from both teams.